Hello and welcome to This Week in Campbell Football. With Campbell head coach Mike Minner, I'm Chris Haymeyer, and as always, we are presented by our friends at Precision Ford. On this show, we will recap the last-second loss for Campbell over the weekend, and we will also take a look at how Campbell has the entire conference championship in line. They still control their own destiny, but we'll take a look at a very tough opponent coming up this Saturday in 11th ranked Kennesaw State. But Coach, when you dissect last Saturday's game, what is the biggest factor that led to the loss?
Well, everybody had a hand in it, right? So, special teams, we give up 8 points, and that was bad. Then, defense had its opportunities. At the end of the game, you get those stops, those 2 drives, you stop them once, got to stop them again, and they was able to convert 3rd and 8. You got to give them credit, great throw, great catch. Was able to convert, but we can still make the plays to stop them at that point, and we wasn't able to do that. And so, I think when you look at those type things from a defensive standpoint, you would really love to win the game right there. And then offensively, we had 2 drives. We got the 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and we decided to punt it and give our defense a chance. We was really playing well on defense in the second half, and so everybody had their moment to make a decision. For me, it was 4th down. Do you go for it? Do you not? Do you kick it? And I decided to kick it, and it wasn't the right decision. So everybody had a role into that, and you got to give North Alabama credit. I mean, these guys really played hard the whole game. All 4 quarters, they was locked in, and it was really the first game they've done that all season long, which was their Achilles heel. Is they start fast, couldn't finish strong, and they was able to do that this game. And so, it was a tough loss. Guys on a 6-game winning streak haven't felt that feeling. But the great thing is it's not a conference game this year, thank God. And it's really like a, what would you say, a preseason game right in the middle of the season, so you get ready for, really 1, 2, and 3. That's what you have with Kennesaw State, Monmouth, and Charleston Southern. That's, to be the champ, you got to beat all 3 of those champions, and man, it's going to be a fun ride. Every team in the United States of America that's playing college football want to be talking about championships in November. And we got that opportunity to do that. The guys done a great job of put themselves in this opportunity, and we're going to take advantage of it.
Coach, is that what you told the guys in the locker room after the game, and how they reacted in practice after that message? Well,
it was tough. Guys was mad and upset. Players, man, go for it on 4th down, coach. What you doing, right? And then we go for it. We don't get it. Now the defense mad at me because I went for it on the minus 40-yard line, right? So it's a thing where guys are going to be emotional, and that's what you had. And so what I wanted to do is talk facts. So when people are emotional, what you do is you hit them with facts, and then that'll get them back to reality. Reality is, guys, didn't matter, right? Okay, the reality is you got Kennesaw State coming in. You win the next 3 games, you still Big South champs. That's the reality. That's what's on the table, and at the end of the day, guys, let's get focused on that.
Coach, a lot of highlights from this game. It was a thriller in North Alabama as we took a look at the highlights from this one. Hey, how about your defense, Coach? They were sharp. 4 sacks while holding North Alabama to just 272 yards of total offense.
It was the best day for our defense thus far, which it should be, right? I think Coach Gloss has done a great job of just continue to get these guys better and better as the defense is making plays.
And your running game on point as well. The 269 total yards on the ground, that's a season high.
Yeah, well, we had to run the ball. We had a lot of receivers out. You talk about our top 3 receivers out the game, and so now you got to run the football, and Haj Malik making great moves and making guys miss as he get into the end zone there in the red zone, which is a piece of our game we trying to get better at on offense.
The defense coming up strong again. Another sack for you guys.
They just, collapse in the pocket. That's really what it's about.
You talk about people stepping up. It's good to see Barr finally healthy.
Yeah, Brian Barr back into it, and we happy that we have number 4.
And then here is Caleb Sneed, but this was big on this play. He gets knocked up. You didn't have him in the second half.
No, we didn't. And it again, you look at your top 3 receivers out of the game, and that made it tough for us.
Davis gets in with the TD, and at this point, after trailing, your defense stepping up big again. Again, one of the touchdowns on special teams, your defense was on point.
Yeah, they really were, and great job by Haj Malik finding the running back. We had him a couple times open, and we missed him, and they finally connected on that touchdown.
How about this? Isaiah King, how about that tackle?
Isaiah King has been a guy that's been a force for us on defense in the middle there on the defensive line, and so, we thankful for him and going into halftime. Down by 1 point and see what we can do in the second half.
And then on the fourth quarter, you guys are down 1. This was a sensational drive. You pretty much used every running back. We see Freeman, we see Barr, we see Hawkins. You really showed your depth at running back.
Well, it's really by committee, and we got 4 guys that we can put in at any moment, and those 3 backs we lean heavily on this drive to get us, a touchdown, and I think that's what you got to have sometimes when you lose a lot of your guys is the ability to run the football.
This put you up and in the lead until the final second of the game. How good has Colin Gary been? This one's from 39. Coach, he's made 8 straight field goals for you guys.
Well, he put in all the work. I mean, Colin Gary is a guy that came every single day to work in the off season, got his body healthy, and that's really what it was about with him. And he knew that his senior year he would have a great year, and we tip our hats off to him because he's been very big for us this year.
Well, unfortunately, the 6-game win streak, which is a school record, comes to an end. But, Coach, with 3 games remaining, as we talked about, your team controls their own destiny. They have to do it against the 3 top teams in the Big South Conference, the defending champs, number 11 in the nation. First time a ranked team has come to Barker Lane Stadium. Kennesaw State comes to Campbell this Saturday. And, Coach, the Owls are the nation's best rushing offense, 362 yards per game. How do you stop the ground attack?
Listen, man, these guys are good. They got players all over the place. They got speed, the ability to make people miss. And when you're running that triple option type stuff, of course, your running attack is going to be really, really big because that's what you do. But don't sleep because they will throw the football and they will get the ball down the field. And I think they hit Monmouth with a pitch and was able to score. But this is what you got to be able to do. You got to be able to tackle these guys in space and get them down on the ground. If not, you're going to have guys running down the field all day long. So it's a battle, man. There's 65 times you got to do it right, every single individual. And these guys got players all over. I think the offensive line is really good at doing what they do. Big quarterback is able to break tackles and get into the end zone, and just big physical guy. And man, it's going to be a great opportunity. And man, I think, again, being in November and having a chance to be talking about championships, that's what it's all about.
Coach, is this simplifying it too much? Is it as simple as every man on your defense has to win their one-on-one battles?
They have to. I mean, that's the goal of this week is you going to be going against this guy for 60 times. Can you beat him more than he beat you? If not, if we let this option and, guys like 22 get on the outside and be running free, man, it's going to be a long day. And so we have to win our one-on-one battles, get off of blocks, get off the ground, get back up, and make tackles. That's what game is all about. It's old school football, man, as far as the defense against their offense. It's old school. That's everybody get in the box, and who's going to make the tackles and who's going to make the blocks, who's going to make the runs, who's going to make the big hits. that's what it's all about.
See, Coach, now you know you're a coach. When you were at Nebraska winning back-to-back national championships, now you know how tough it was for the opponents to prepare for the app.
Oh, I knew because we practiced against it every single day, so I knew going into it. That's why I always say when you talk about the greatest college football team of all time, it has to be the '95 Nebraska Cornhuskers.
That's right. Look at the list.
Yes.
They did you dirty there.
Yeah, I think they put us at like 3 or 4, and I'm like, who's smoking on this deal that put this together? No way anybody stops that triple option with number 15, Tommy Frazier running it, and now I got to defend it, man. This is just a nightmare.
Yeah, the '95 Cornhuskers had a pretty darn good defense, too, led by this man to my right. It's going to be fun, folks. Campbell is 3-0 in the Big South Conference. They have 3 games in their hunt for a conference title. Next 2 home games, 1 o'clock, Kennesaw State, Monmouth. They're both ranked in the top 25. We're going to need you out there. First up, number 11, Kennesaw State. It is this Saturday, 1 p.m. at Barker Lane Stadium. We'll be on ESPN Plus and over the air on 88.3 FM. Tickets available at GoCamels.com. For Mike Mentor, I'm Chris Sameyer saying we'll see you this Saturday at Barker Lane Stadium. Thanks for joining us on This Week in Campbell Football.